I am Sally Sexy.
I'm Mitch Gigundo.
And this is
the Crazy Camming Couple Podcast.
With special guest star, Lily the Barking Bean. And hello, my fuckable friends. How are you on this wonderful fuckable night?
Fuckable, suckable night.
Yes.
It's not as steamy as it's been lately.
Oh, thank goodness. But it's going to get hot in here.
Yeah, we're on the third floor again in our camming studio, which our people that watch us on YouTube can now see.
Yeah, oh boy.
Are you tired, Sally? Do we need to turn it off?
No, we had a very busy day, right? We did a lot.
Did we feel as though we just had fraps, sat in the hot tub, tanned, and
took a big bike ride.
7 miles.
Yeah.
7-mile bike ride.
To get lunch.
To get lunch at the bay. So relaxing.
Yeah, it was. It's wonderful. But that was, we took a day off. I think Beanie's going to be a little too hot, so we might have to let her out soon. But, in case you're all wondering what the crazy noise
yes,
is.
we have tons of noise behind us this evening, and there's no way I can stop it if we're going to do the podcast right now.
Yeah, that's our neighbor casting metal parts.
Metal parts, baby.
Metal!
And I guess revving the motorcycle up too. He's got a motorcycle back there. He's chilling with it. So.
Yeah. So that's our exciting life today, and it's just a lot of action going on.
Actually, I think that's somebody that's down the street there.
Yeah. So anyway, so what are we talking about tonight? Do we want to do animal updates really quick?
We could do an animal update. Let's dun 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 dun.
So there was no major animal calamities this week. Everything is going according to plan.
Which is a banner week for us.
Yeah.
It's a banner week. There's no major problems.
Yeah, according to my sinister plan. The only blip that we had was, if you all remember, my tortoise laid eggs 2 months ago.
Yes. I almost forgot about that. And yeah.
Yeah, and we noticed a strange odor in the house.
Yes, we started getting an odd odor in the house.
Yes, and it occurred to us that it was slightly coming from the incubator.
Well, I didn't. I would walk in the door, I get a little whiff, and then I'd walk through the house and be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Sally who was like, I wonder if that's the eggs, and then.
I think it is something else besides the eggs because I did smell it on the way up here tonight. So, but anyway, so there was 4 tortoise eggs in the incubator, and there was a foul odor coming from the incubator.
Quite a foul.
So I checked them, and 3 of them I think had gone bad. 1 has no odor, and that one was kept separately from the others. So the other 3 I think fouled. They just started to go bad. So to err on the side of caution, I moved the eggs that I thought were going bad. I dug a hole outside and I put them in the ground out there where if they're still good, they could still incubate. So there's 3 eggs outside, which I think are no good, and then there's the 1 sole egg, which I think might really have a tortoise.
Are you throwing a tortoise tree outside?
Yeah. So there's still 1 egg in the incubator who hopefully we're at, actually today's the 50th day, and we have another 30 more possibly to go. Yeah.
It's a long way to the top if you want to tortoise that thing.
Yeah. So hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe we'll still get something out of this, but you never know. Things kind of happen. It's such is life. So, but we tried, right?
Better to have tortoised than lost than never to have tortoised at all.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We also had not pet animal stuff this week, but this week was a trio of mice trappings.
Oh my God! Yeah, we hit the mouse jackpot.
As people who watch our vlog now know that we have mice that love to inhabit our home.
But apparently, it's not just us.
You all are, we're living next to the park, next to an old house, another old house that they haven't fixed up yet.
Yeah.
And Yeah.
Yeah, but it was funny because we're included in a group chat, and it got brought up this week in a group chat with a bunch of other neighbors that they're also having quite a bit of problems with an array of animals. One trying to break into the one's house, which I'm assuming that was a groundhog.
It must have been. That was very messy. They were showing on there.
Yeah, it chewed what was it, the door frame or the step plate? It chewed something.
Very chewy.
Yeah.
Is this the week that we also caught the groundhog?
We caught the groundhog. Yeah, you're right. Yes.
Because you took the groundhog out and got rid of the groundhog. So we've caught a groundhog, 3 mice.
Yeah.
2 turtle doves, a partridge in a pear tree, and something else.
And the funny part is, 2 days later, there was another groundhog.
Yeah.
So.
Sons of bitches.
So I did not put the electric fence up yet. I keep thinking of Jurassic Park when I think electric fence, because something had chewed on the tortoise, and I'm assuming it was a groundhog because he was in there constantly eating their food.
Chow down.
Yeah. So I've just been very careful with the tortoises and putting them mostly out there when we're around. So. And I haven't seen the groundhog either, so I don't know.
Well, that's good news. I mean, we try, we love animals, but we don't want to have them constantly invading our home.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to reload the mouse traps. Apparently cashews are a hit in mouse traps.
Cashews, big hit with the mice.
Yeah, big hit with the mice. So, we have
Yikes.
Yeah. That one mouse trap I don't think is working because we're not catching anything and the cashews are disappearing.
Yes, true.
So,
It's coming in and they're leaving the...
So, we're gonna have to... I don't know, that one doesn't seem to work. But we gotta reload the other one, which does seem to work really well. So, what did we do sexy this week?
Sexy this week? Well, the number one thing that we did do is I hemmed and hawed. I was like, I don't know if I want to do this, but we gave it a shot. We did the photo shoot with those new hot, crazy, fucking devious heels.
Oh yeah.
Which I actually have a safe for YouTube section of video that I can show real quick. That's basically you're all squished up in the side, and all you see is you can see the heels a little bit. Look at those things are badass.
Wow,
you can see them.
that's just cray.
And of course that will be on our places where you can find us. Rare. But yeah, we did that. That was a lot of fun, and we did actually very good. We did very good with the photo shoot. Like it was a lot of sexy, cool poses, and Sal was very into it, and I was of course very into it. And we were running it on Streamate to see if anybody would pop. We had plenty of people pop in, but nobody actually jumped in and.
Yeah, we had a gold show going.
For an hour while we were doing it, and.
They want to see fucking. They don't want to see. It's a strike a pose.
Well, we were gonna, if some people had popped in, we could have gotten, but we were like, while we're doing this, it's very, I guess it was very 80s penthouse kind of photography.
Yeah.
So, but I thought the photos looked like they came out really good. I had a nice 2-point studio strobe light thing set up, and it was baking out all the shadows, so everything looked really bright.
The lighting.
It looked really good, and Sally had this looking amazing.
The lighting was amazing.
Oh my goodness, it's so hot.
Yep.
So hot and nasty. Then I think the only thing this week that was an off week for us, we weren't even on that much.
We were on Sunday. We were on Thursday.
That's it.
And then was it Friday?
Last night we did this.
Oh yeah, Friday we did.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was. Hey, sometimes people need a break. We took a break.
Dude, your second name is Sally. Sexy.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be sexy Sally.
I was sexy all day. I'm doing sexy shit. I had early morning hot tubbing, and then we rode our bikes and frapped. We were frapp whores. We're frappuccino whores, and yeah. So we did all that, and then what else were we going to talk about? The sexiness of sexy.
The sexiness of Sally.
Did we talk about your new cock ring?
The double nut spreader thing. I don't think we actually did really talk about that.
Where is that?
It's right over there, actually. We can show it on the YouTube video here.
Speaking of that, this is what we're talking about.
Yes, it lifts and separates.
So how does this thing? Oh,
so
it goes around.
This goes around the.
Ooh.
This goes around that. The top part goes around the schwanz.
Okay.
The top part goes around the schwanz. It goes like this. It goes around somehow. Anyhow, there's a top part that goes around the schwanz, and then the bottom part goes around your nuts, but it goes in between your nuts. So your nuts get separated, and it's very.
Yeah.
It's like cock and ball torture. It's very naughty. So yeah, we actually used that one time, but it got to the point where I was like, "This got to come off for a little while. You're so bad." As you can see, it's just how.
Yeah, you had to take it off because you were like, it was just.
That was during the one gold show that we did, and I was like, "All right, we were."
That was the group come section.
Yes, the group come.
Let's all come together. I was like, these people are amazing.
You're so open and free and happy.
Yeah.
Free and happy, right? There's no better way to be.
No, that was fun. Oh, Beanie had something to say. It's just it's a beanie. It's a beanie bulletin.
Yes, Beanie is a thing. Here she goes.
It's very noisy. So.
It's not noisy. It's gonna start doing it.
Yeah, here. Let me let the Bean out because Bean's got things to do. She's got places to go and she's got people to bark at.
Release the hounds.
I'm releasing the Bean.
There you go. Go do your thing.
There you go, Bean.
Head on down the highway.
Head on down the Bean way.
Head on down that highway. Go, dog. Doggy dog.
Ah.
Oh, we have a quick slug here.
How you doing there, Mitchie?
Oh my goodness.
It's snapping to an Arizona.
Yeah, the Arizona sweet tea. Not my normal Arnold Palmer
So.
sweet tea.
So it's been 17 years.
Oh yes, we were gonna begin to talk about our relationship.
Yes.
Let's talk about our relationship because I'm sure people wonder like what kind of weirdos would do this kind of thing that aren't in their 20s that have been together for a very long time, and that's us.
That's us.
17 years.
So you gotta get the gist. No kids.
We have no kids, so we have none of those kind of things. So we're not like worried like, is anybody gonna find out at school and then they're going to make fun of blah 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 because they're mommy and daddy or blah blah blah? And it's like, no, it's not gonna happen here.
No. We're in our 50s.
So fuck, I believe 50s are really when the whole thing comes into play. Like, I don't give a fuck what you have to say.
Yeah. When you hit 50 or in your 50s, there's this whole new freedom of like, I don't give a shit anymore. I really don't care.
I don't give a flying fuck what you think.
About anything or anyone or what you think or fucking whatever. It's like, it's a freedom. It's like you hit a milestone in life where you see so much shit that nothing phases you and you just fucking don't care.
You don't care. You don't care. Oh, like, that's exactly it, man. I mean, like, at this
like,
point,
whatever,
man. Like, oh, yeah, you're fine. Yes, this is my lovely lady. I'm her man. And if you see us, it's like, you were looking for something, weren't you? Yeah, look at what. Good for you.
You're looking for something if you found us.
Yeah. So,
and bravo.
But let's see. We've been together for over 17 years. I mean, I was married before I met Sally.
I've never been married.
Sally's never been married.
I'm a spinster.
She's a spinster.
Right? Isn't that what a spinster is?
I guess so.
Okay.
Although you're with me for 17 years.
Yeah.
You're a spinster. You're just not.
I'm just never not a married woman.
I was married before that to another lady. Decided one day she did not want to be with me anymore, and she said, I'm done with this, and so that was released from captivity.
And that was what, 9 years?
I was with her for 9 years. I was married to her for a little over 3. And let's just say that the sex life with Sally is, I can't, there's no comparison between the two of these ladies. By 17 years, we met on the internet, as I think we discussed that at one point. We did discuss.
Can we say where?
Yeah, Yahoo Singles.
Yahoo Singles, man.
It doesn't even exist anymore. Now it's all Tinder and Kinder and Grinder and Grinder and all those places.
Swipe right, left for booty. Right. It's all about booty call.
And it must be so much easier now because you just swipe left to right. Back then you had to fill out a whole form, put your age in.
Yeah.
You know,
write a bio.
Write a bio, all these kinds of shit. Remember Match.com and all those places?
And what was that really high-end, expensive one?
Yeah, I forget, but I know what you're talking about.
But it was I think it was...
eHarmony.
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 That was the expensive one, and apparently that was very high-end.
Yes. So we met on Yahoo Singles.
Yeah.
Sally had put out there that, are you out there?
Oh my god.
To which I responded, yes, I'm pretty out there.
Yeah, you did.
And there you go.
Yeah.
I don't know if we went back and forth, and in the early days of texting with the old flip phones, and
oh my god,
I remember texting her and having to go ABC.
I didn't even have text for a really long time. I just had phone. You remember that?
Yeah, but we were still able to communicate because you were hitting me up somehow, because I remember getting messages from you at work.
Computer.
Maybe it was the computer at work. You were messaging me on Yahoo Messenger.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I had internet at work.
Yeah.
So we met on Yahoo Singles and hooked up. And during the early course of our relationship,
oh boy. So I don't look anything like I did. Well. Yeah.
I would say you do look the same. It's just there was more of you. So her body and her shape and everything looks the same. It's just it was a bigger shape.
No, that's a nice way of putting it.
It's a bigger shape.
Yeah.
So instead of like this,
just tack on.
Instead of like this, it was more like this.
Tack on 50-something pounds.
Yes. Was it 50 pounds? Really? 190?
I was 185.
Because you were 138, 39 this morning.
Yeah.
So.
But at my lowest, I was 134. So it came out to 52 pounds I lost originally.
So I mean, realizing, of course, when I was looking for love on the internet, that was I was 40.
Oh yeah, I was 35. Right.
And it was a little difficult to find women at my age. Because I wasn't going to be going, like, I could have found plenty of women that were like 22, 23 and tried to do all that stuff, but that would have drove me insane. That's already where I was at. And, to be honest with you, I'm getting distracted because you're
I'm done.
Okay. I'm sure if I was doing that to you and you're trying to make a point, you'd be like, what are you doing?
17 years!
17 years. Oh my goodness. Anyway.
You should leave that in. I'm not chewing on anything.
I'm trying to think where I was at.
You were saying, I could have went for younger women.
I really wanted to have somebody that was close to my age. So that when I talked to them and I said something, they were like, oh yeah, I get it, or oh yeah, I remember that, or any of those things. And
not only that, were you looking for children?
No, I was not looking for children, which is really funny. It's a great story there. Neither one of us ever really wanted kids, but we didn't really explore that in the beginning of our relationship.
Yeah.
But we were hanging out one evening, we went to get ice cream together.
It was one of our first dates,
too. And I guess Sally was like, yeah, I dig this guy, he's pretty cool. So I'm sitting there in her pickup truck, which was also cool. Like, she didn't have like a car or anything, she had a pickup truck because she owned her own house.
Well, I lived alone, I needed a truck.
You need a truck. Because
you gotta get shit.
When you own a house.
Yeah.
And she's just eating her ice cream, and I think I had a milkshake or something. And she's just looking away, as she is prone to do. And she just looks straight over at me and she just goes, I don't want any kids. And I was like, okay.
I don't want to have kids.
I was like, okay. Either do I.
Okay.
And she was like, oh, okay. I just want to get that out of the way because
Yeah, I don't want to waste my time going on dates and then
I intend to breed you.
Yeah, finding out you want to have like 4.5 kids, and I'm like, oh fuck no.
Realistically, you met me when I was 40, almost 40. I was 39.
Yeah, but you never know.
I gotta get moving here.
Yeah, there are men out there that want kids.
Yeah, that was never my thing. I'm not a kid hater or anything. Just not something that I ever.
No, I wanted dogs. I did.
And you got them.
I had dogs.
And she's got plenty. She's had plenty of them. So
Yeah. Oh my god.
Hard down to one. Yeah. So we got along very well. I would say we get along very well at least 95% of the time.
Yeah.
Except when something stupid happens.
Yeah.
17 years, but nothing that's ever.
Like me crunching ice.
I'm just trying. Should realize I go to edit the video later on, and I'm listening to it as though there's somebody that's listening to this, and I'm like, oh, people are gonna be like, oh, it's great. Why am I hearing all that crunching in the background? Do they not realize we're doing a podcast where like they do? So we our age gap actually is just about 4 years. She would be a freshman. I would have been a senior in high school back then.
Yeah.
But everything like we're close together on, and it was really weird with our situations. We are both children of the greatest generation at our age.
Yeah, and we shouldn't be.
Should not be.
No.
People our age are usually either silent generation or baby boomer kids.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah, kids from the boomers.
Yeah, that's people our age because people were in their 20s. So our parents were in their 40s when they had us.
Yeah.
So both of our parents were products of the Great Depression and World War II.
Yes. Yeah.
And they were older when they had us.
Yeah. I mean, there's huge gaps. We have siblings, and there's huge gaps between us and our siblings. So apparently, my mother said the TV broke that night. So. And lo and behold, I happened. And what was your parents' excuse?
There's no excuse. My parents got to a point in their life where they were financially together, well put on. My father had made the business going. They had just built a brand new home, and they wanted to. They were moving into the home. They were building the home, and I think my sister was just moving out. And my brother was getting older. He was like 15, 16. So they wanted to have somebody to enjoy the house. So they wanted to knock out a kid. So they knocked me out so they could enjoy the house with a child. And my mom wanted to have a child in the house. And it was I was like, my parents were very much like they did plan all of their pregnancies. They were like, I'm making enough money, I can have this one. And then it was like, as far as even between my sister and my brother, there's like 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 12. My brother's 12 years older than me. My sister's 17 years older than me. So.
Yeah, that's a big difference. Well, my brothers are not that huge of a gap, but it's pretty close. I mean, 56, 57, 58, they were born.
Okay, so that's they're all in their 60s. From 63 to 64? Did you say 53 or 50?
No, it was 56, 57, 58. That's when
56, 57, 58.
That's every year they were born, yeah.
Oh, so they were born every year.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Like, your brother had Bing Bang Boom.
Yeah, my mom.
Whereas mine was like, they had one, 5 years later they had another one.
No, Norman, well.
Yeah, so your brothers are actually, so the youngest was Michael.
No, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey's the youngest, so he's not quite.
He was born in 58.
Okay, so he's gonna be 60. He's 64.
Yeah.
So so your brothers are actually near the age of my brother.
Okay.
But anyway, we are.
So that's what? How many years older than me?
Well, you were born in 1970. No, you were born in 1969. So anywhere from 11 to 13
12,
years.
13. Yeah, 11, 12, and 13.
So we had parents that were older to begin
Yeah.
with, and they had also seen life
differently.
Yeah, they had seen life. I would imagine at its roughest points. Like you live through the Great Depression, you
Yeah.
fight World War II, then you get through all this life experience. So now you're in your 40s,
Yeah.
right? And you have a kid. So you've seen all this horrible shit happen, and so both of us were sort of told, just our parents were like, just don't go do anything stupid, fuck up, but just go live your life.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna get fucking weird.
Yeah.
And so Sally has had motorcycles and all kinds of animals and done her own thing, and
Yeah.
her own father said she's never gonna have kids.
Yeah, he was yeah, I was surprised at that comment. And I was young. I wasn't older. I was probably in my teens when he said that.
It's probably just because of what you did. He was watching you, and
Maybe.
you were because you always said you were taking care of animals, and you were being like a little activist, and you're doing so you weren't
Artist.
sitting there. Yeah, you
Yeah.
weren't sitting there going like, I can't wait to go home and make pies with mom, or I want to play with little dollies and
Yeah,
diapers on dolls and all those things. It was
I
like, nah,
tried
nah,
that.
nah.
I tried that for a while, and because I tried it mostly to try to fit in with other girls, but I was really out with the two boys around the block catching frogs all the time. I couldn't get around this whole baby doll diaper thing, and I'm like, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like fun.
It doesn't seem like fun.
Where's the turtles, man? Where's the frogs? Let's go play Manhunt.
Yeah, I remember Manhunt.
Yeah, or Dungeons and Dragons and all that. And so, so it was like Stranger Things at my house. But, yeah, I was a tomboy. I was not a girly girl, and it just kind of carried on like that. So.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I think that's really part of the reason why people that are like us, whose parents were that age, who had us when they were a little bit older, and there's not a lot of people out there. Like, I don't know, the only other person I know that's sort of like us is Steve. His father and mother were the same situation. He had the same situation. He's the same age as me, and he's sort of the same way, where he didn't have any kids, and he's just living his life and having fun, and
He still got his parents' house, huh?
yeah, he's still nice.
Wow.
So basically, when we met, it was obvious that we were sort of like of the same ilk.
We had a lot in common
Yeah,
growing up,
Yeah,
like with our parents.
Yeah, so it was. Then there was little weird things like the kind of house you lived in, which was like my grandmother's house, and she had a bulldog like I had when I was a kid. And
I had a Boston Terrier, and apparently your dad had one.
Yeah.
And then your parents together had one.
yeah, my parents had a Boston Terrier.
And then I had one. And then my cat's name was General.
Yeah, it was a bike company that I used to ride for back in the day, but even that was as much as like the house and the dog. And
Yeah, the house and the dog did them in.
and the fact that your parents were the same same thing. I was like, wow, this is really like interesting.
Weird.
And we got along well. We do get along well.
Well.
We don't.
We're friends.
Yes, we don't purposely antagonize each other.
And not only that,
And that's like big part of like.
there's no I've noticed in a lot of relationships there's these there's these hidden laws of like, I can't do this because he won't let me. Like, I can't bring,
Yeah.
I couldn't bring a dog home because so and so, he'll freak out, or he doesn't want a dog. Like, there's none of that going on ever. Like, I don't tell him what he can't do. He doesn't tell me what I can or can't do. So, and I think that is a massive key in a lot of relationships. Like, there are limitations. Granted, there's things, that you just shouldn't do to one another. But I don't feel that people should be running other people's lives to the point where they can't enjoy what they really want to do. And like, I have a lot of animals and that I take care of, and it involves him a lot because it involves him in helping me build big enclosures. Usually in carrying heavy shit up and down or in and out or building things, and I could see there'd be a limit with a lot of other men out there who'd be like, no, no, I don't want that in my house. This ain't happening in my house. This ain't and I don't know. We don't do that.
No, I mean, I was, it's never been like that. You've always had all your animals. When I first met you, you had your little spider, and you had the doggies and the cats, and then we built the house, and she wanted to try the things, and it's part of who you are, but there's nothing negative about having animals. And somebody who loves animals is taking care of things that can't defend themselves. I think that's a big. Personally, I can't do that. It's not my thing, but I can admire people who do. I have friends who are heavily into animal activism and everything, and taking care of things that could possibly kill them. And I just I admire them, and I think it's great, and I'd love to help out, but it's not my thing. I'm just not a steward of other life. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's just, I don't know if I said it well, but my thing is, I feel like a big root of a lot of problems in relationships is that there's this rule where one person is always saying what the other person can and can't do. And I think that is the make or break of whether or not someone's going to be incredibly miserable.
Yeah, you don't want
can't
that.
do that.
We've never had that situation going on like this.
No, but I've seen that. I've seen that all around us. You know, where just I can't because he'll get pissed off, or she won't let me. Or I can't go.
Yeah, that's no.
No.
I mean, although it's like. The whole I can't go do that. Like most of the time, if I'm going to be doing anything, I like to be doing it with Sally. I don't want to go someplace. I want to go with Sally. I'm not the kind of guy who wants to be hanging out with guys. I've never been like that. The only time I used to hang out with other guys is when I would go riding together, and we just go off, and that's the only reason I would go out. And then I would come home and I'd be reading the comics or whatever. And so I was always prone to wanting to have a relationship. I like women, so.
We're friends.
Yeah, I would say we're buddies, and I've actually pushed the boundaries of us being buddies at times, with doing stupid, goofy, buddy kind of stuff. Like there's one time we walk into if you ever watched Three Stooges stuff or anything, maybe the Marx Brothers, but they walk into a door and the two of them walk in together and they get stuck in the door. So we were walking into the health food store one time, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be funny. She's laughing, but she wasn't laughing back then.
No.
So as she's walking in, I sneak in right into her, and I sort of slam us both into the door, and she was like, "What the fuck did you do that for? Ow, god damn it!"
He slammed me into the frame of the door.
And I was like, I'm doing it like Three Stooges when I used to walk in the door. I thought it would be funny, like we're like two clowns walking into the place because we knew the owners back then, and you're like, I'm not your buddy like that. Do not do stupid shit like that. Oh, she got so pissed.
It hurt.
But that's the kind, it was.
That's not nice.
Even Siri's like, that's not nice.
Even Siri's like, what the fuck?
What is wrong with you, asshole? That's pretty funny. But that's how we think of each other. Like that's my buddy. I know that she would never, and I would never do anything to intentionally fuck up our lives.
Yeah.
Do we do things that could possibly fuck up our lives? Oh fuck yeah. Oh yeah. But do we intentionally go out I'm gonna fuck with this, I'm gonna fucking do this, no. So that's that. If anybody has a trick out there to a relationship, there's one for you.
Yeah.
Don't do shit that purposely trying to fuck somebody's life up.
No, not at all.
So we're sort of like buddies. We prefer to be around each other.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where when we have separate jobs in the morning, and we don't like going on separate ways anymore. Ever since we started doing the camping thing, there's a possibility that if we were to do this properly, we could make some good money and not have to separate.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Yeah. So give to the Sally and Mitch fund.
Yeah.
You had to. So that's the beginning of our relationship.
Yeah.
And I think one of the things I was talking to her about, sitting next to her, is we should talk about our relationship since we've been together for so long.
So if anybody needs any advice
or wants to know how does this work?
Yeah. Yeah. Hit us up.
How do you stay together because even our neighbors are like, you guys been together for 17 years? And to us, that's that's a drop in the bucket, man, because our parents were together their entire lives. 50 years for us, for mine, not even how long it was for yours.
Well, they were married in their, what, late 20s? They started having babies? Yeah.
So 40, 50 years was a drop in the bucket for them. So.
Yeah, because you got to figure our siblings were way older, so they were together for a very long time.
And so yeah, we've been together for 17 years, so we figured that we should really talk about this, because I guess that's part of the becoming couple weirdo podcast. And we'll be able to get into all of our weird, wacky, kinky things. Talk about
Oh boy. Okay.
Is something important?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's been probably almost a half an hour that we've been talking.
Yeah.
So do you want to?
Yeah, let's end it.
All right.
So
we were gonna talk about our Jersey Devil, but we got involved in a relationship, so we we'll talk about the Jersey Devil. Actually, probably be pretty good because we're sort of sneaking into the fall, and we can start going into the Jersey Devil
spooky stories.
Spooky stories, and we'll continue on relationship advice with Sally and Mitch.
Yeah.
We'll have to think of some of the fights that we've had.
Oh God.
And we'll have to talk about how you resolve fights.
Yeah. Oh boy. Anyway, for next time, we'll leave you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, cliffhanger with that, right? How do you
Yeah.
resolve when you get into a fight? And we've gotten into a couple of fights for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is Sally Sexy saying, may you always, I don't know, fuck yourself silly.
Oh, this is Mr. Gundo saying, if you find the right one, make sure you squeeze her legs properly.